on, Jeff. Let's go in the studio. Okay, watch your step.
Hey, you guys?
Watch, bad boys.
Watch,
he's like this one.
Yippee-yi-yo, yeah. I'm selling with my Martinelli's along the East Bay. I reserved this for my man Peanut Butter. So dirty right out the gutter. I'm not the biz, but the carpet papers. My rhymes are stacked like papers. Usually call me the rhyme paper because I'm taking over the city. I like strangle it, bash it, I'll crash it, tangle it, and just smangle it up. I like to sip the coke of that night train. You must be insane, I'm doper than cocaine. I'm flipping around, I'm switching around, I'm ripping around, I'm flipping around, I'll sip a little wine.
92, I was a young troublemaker. Back when I was living in San Jose, I was working with Charizma. He brought the crazy side out in me that I always knew I had, but, you know, it was just kind of bundled up.
This little rhyme is to my hood, and this little rhyme is up to no good. So why don't you just come select? Yes, the beat you flip it up and like the recipe, but don't you mix it up and mix it up. Yo, well, here we go. The reggae style is not me, but I go bo one time, a bo two times. So what? So call it coffee, cause this all grinds. My past act tag. Now these the dragon, sometimes bragging because graffiti on the wall is known as tagging. And how we can make see it who hates this shit try to watch my rhyme several times but could not fade this because it's the boom.
Well, in the early 90s, I had this machine called the EPS and Sonic. It was a workstation. It was a keyboard sampler. And I did everything with that. And basically, I don't remember how many seconds of sampling time I had, but maybe it was like 5 or 10 or something. And you could buy an expander for it that could double your sample time.
To like 20 seconds.
Right. Charizma and I, we did all the pre-production at our house. You know, usually I would make beats on my own, and then Charizma would listen to them, and he would arrange them with me, or he would choose tracks. And then we would go in the studio to lay them, and lay his vocals on top. And the segment that you saw there was us getting our show together. I guess we had been asked to do to open up. I think it was either for Nas or for Cypress Hill or Black Sheep or something. We used to kind of open up for everybody whenever they would come to town. I didn't have two 1200s then. I basically just had mix-match turntables, and if the place didn't have turntables, then we'd press play on the DAT pretty much for the show, and then I would scratch on top of it or back them up on the mic.
It was a small place, but it was, you know, I think it was like the $20 studio compared to the $15 studio, you know, down the street or something.
So what were the perks for the $20 studio as opposed to the $15 studio?
Engineer with big hair.
This was before we were signed to Hollywood Basics. After Hollywood Basics, they put us in bigger studios. You know, they put us in the $75 an hour studio or whatever it was at the time. But this was before that. This was the $25 an hour studio, which was a lot of money for us, you know. So we would book 3 hours and we'd have it all mapped out what we're going to do. Like, oh, today's the studio day. This is a big day. You know, we're going to go to the studio. We'd go like once a week or something like that.
We got in there. What? We have the other thing in there.
Okay, buddy. Start playing.
God damn it.
It was funny watching that footage because we were making such a big deal out of just doing something like a dropout, you know, just like dropping the music out and then pulling it in on beat like that. That's something that nowadays you would just have it all like done ahead of time or whatever, you know, or you just look at the WAV file on the computer screen and you drop it out from this to this. And
Right.
At that point, we would do it over and over again until we got it right.
That was cute. That was good.
Yeah, just watching that today, you know, it was the first time I've seen it in I don't know how long, but that was, well, it was embarrassing, but it was cool. It's still cool. Like, I don't care. I'll put anything out there, more or less.
What's some of the embarrassing shit? I don't know what you're talking about.
Right. What could be embarrassing about doing the Running Man with your shirt tucked into your jeans?
Just the outfits, too, just cracked me up. I just the whole tucking in your shirt and wearing your thick belt. And it just reminded me of those days when you actually thought it was cool to do that. It was like maternity wear, kind of like he got it at Lane Bryant or something, or Talbot's.
I know I got that shirt at Marshall's. Like, Marshall's is probably the fifth element of hip-hop, at least at that point. I remember Charizma and I got a lot of our clothes there. We'd find the name brands, but they'd be like a couple seasons behind. But, you know, you buy it in the winter and you wait till the next winter comes around.
Like a lot of rhymes, my mommy said when I was 10 years old. Pass the old gold.
Yeah! Woo! Oh, right, get ready for Charizma what?
The engineer's name was Peter Stanley, so it was Peter Stanley Studio. I don't know if he had a name for it or not. But he was the type of guy who thought that, you know, sampling wasn't really music and you know, that whole thing. There was kind of like an argument about, you know, sampling old drums, same stuff being used over and over again. And this led to him going into the recording studio and just playing drums live for about a half an hour. These drums ended up being chopped up by Chris and later by Madlib and probably still being used today.
Oh yeah. If Chris's dad is watching this, he broke the eyepiece on the camera.
That's right, Dad.
This was a dumpy place in the middle of San Jose, and they acted like they were being filmed by MTV.
This cassette, we're just gonna record it here, we're not gonna play it. In the car or nothing, right? Punch it out and take it home, I'll put it up. But I'm having one right here so I can play it and listen to, right? So when it comes time to go to a show, we're always prepared with a nice, clean, fat tape. You know what I'm saying? And I don't have to worry about quality. It's worth the extra $2 to rock the show, you know what I'm saying? Green light. And I'm also gonna record it from the beatbox too.
So what time did we start? 2 to 5, 3 hours?
There were times in the studio where we'd have to, you know, can we pay you Tuesday type deal, and sometimes he'd work terms out with us or whatever.
You know, once you reach the end of the day, the engineers start dropping hints that you got to get out of there.
Weird.
Body slam! It's all part of studio life. Green light. Let me see the tape. This tape?
Yeah, let me see.
It's the Ampex. Nice tape.
He's gotten more popular in the past few years than he was the first 10 years after he passed away. You know, he passed away in '93, and there's like this resurgence of him. Like right now, it's weird. I mean, I'll see his music on MySpace pages and stuff like that. And
He seemed like a real social guy. Like he would have been crazy on MySpace.
yeah, he would have gotten in trouble on MySpace, I think. Charizma, yeah. Charizma was one of the first people I know who had a pager. And then he was one of the first people I know who had a cell phone. So he was always like ahead of the curve with
Was it like a giant
with
cell
technologies. And his cell phone was definitely a brick.
You know, his name is Charizma, so...
Alright, here we go. Ready? I'm not the biz, but you caught the vapors. Rhyme stack like papers. G call me the rhyme paper. Cause I'm taking on the city, I like strangle it. I bash it, I crash it, tangle it, and dismangle it.
When we did live shows, a lot of times we did them at places where there wasn't really turntable set up, so I had to be his hype man and I had to be jumping around on stage with them and stuff. Like if you ever saw the Red Light, Green Light video, you'll see me doing my best to be a backup dancer or whatever. I don't even know. I'm obviously not a dancer.
Stop playing!
That's my name, that's all I introduce myself as a live indirect. And I'm going off the shelf, yo. Many MCCs, they try to blow, but yo, I'm like a gun, pull out my rhyme and go.